mapenzi yako na Pastor Munene inafaa kuchunguzwa.
Hanipei stress. Unajua mama kama ana stress, mambo yote inakuwa mzuri.
Wow.
So I thank God for him for giving me peace of mind.
Najua unasema hivyo ndo at least baadaye nyumbani babe sindikupatia shout out.
Yes.
But Salano, this title, vasectomy guy from Kakamega, it needs to go.
It's gone, now I'm not. It went, yeah. I'm no longer.
You're no longer performing
I'm
it.
Salano.
Salano, right. So you know what, Salano has written so many books, and he was actually a product of Pastor Sue and
very
Pastor
true.
Munene's,
Yeah. Very true.
Mentorship.
Oh yes.
Amekuwa mentor mpaka ameandika vitabu ngapi? 5, si ndio?
Wow.
About marriage, about parenting, about family. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Wow.
Hey, leo nakwambia maneno ni moto.
Moto.
Tunaongea maneno ya pesa. Pesa ni ngumu. And you know, I'm very happy that Pastor Sue, you're here because all along this show, you've always said that you were raised in money.
Yes.
Your family was very
true. Very true.
And Pastor Munene is not the same case.
Yes.
Sasa wewe umekuja na do. First of all, dowry ikakuwa shida. Nakumbuka kutuambia hiyo story. Paka ukaku negotiate msimfinye sana.
Msimfinye.
What is your overall, view about just money and finance? What is the critical role of money and finances in a relationship?
I think money is very key because there's no family that can run without money, because you need money to make sure that the family is stable. Remember, like for us who live in Nairobi, if you're not renting, then you have built a home. Yeah. And so money is very key in the family, but this money should not come in between us and my husband to bring confusion and disorder in the family. Money is so key such that when a woman earns much, it is for the benefit of the family.
Really?
I want to let you know, yes, women, when they have money, 90% of their money is spent to the husband, to the children, and the things within the house. Remember, if you are married to a firstborn like I, a firstborn man, he takes the responsibility of a father. So if the father is not able to meet the needs of the family, then it is in Africa, he steps in as to actually help the father's roles. And so you find that when a woman has more money, that family is more stable. And especially a woman who has the fear of God, because you are not married to money, you are married to a person. You're getting that. And this person, whatever amount of money he brings, and even if I'm earning more money, then we just need to complement. Where does he need to come in and where do I need to come in? There must be mutual communication about finances. Don't leave things for them to take their course. Discuss. Now that you're earning 200,000 and me I get 20,000 and our needs are 100,000, how do you come in? Like I keep telling the man, even if a house is, let's say 15K and you're able to earn 20,000, give your wife 10K or 8, let her top up. You must have a way that you discuss about finances. And when they are discussed, there's nothing so sweet in a family like when money is well handled. Because leadership in a man is a responsibility from God. A man is the leader of the family, whether he earns more money or not.
So
because that's the position.
Not about finances.
No, it's not about finances. But the man needs to make sure that he does not control, manipulate, intimidate the wife, but gives her that space whereby they can discuss freely about the money that they're earning, so that they can have savings, they can have progress in this marriage. Remember, there are children who need also, they also need education, they need healthcare, they need all these things, So the man must be able to lead. Even if you don't know, go to Google and read, equip yourself. Those things. Learn the roles. Yes, thank you. Ingia ujue, what are the roles of a man? And how should I speak to a wife who earns more? Never be in fear that your wife earns more than you. It is not right, because the minute your wife senses fear, then you're opening a door in the spiritual realm to make her feel like something is unusual. But when a man takes the lead of making sure that every need is met, because even if your wife is earning, put the money here, agree on how to use it, and at the end of the day, there will be peace in the family. But when there is no communication, then we're going to have competition instead of teamwork.
I love that.
Oh, yes.
Salalo, hebu nikuulize, umesikia kitu watu nasemanga, my money is my money.
Oh yes.
His money is my money. What do you feel about that coming from what Pastor Sue amesema?
Thank you so much, Betty. I think I'll start by saying that a king's position should not be intimidated by the number of crowns the queen has.
Wow, bring your hand.
That's deep. That's
deep. I love men who are thinkers. Wow.
Yeah, the king should not be intimidated by the number of gold or crowns the queen has.
Wow.
Because the kingdom is not run by finances or by money or by wealth. It's run by the word of the king.
Wow.
And the kingdom is run by wisdom, knowledge, integrity, and the power of this king.
Wow.
Therefore, as much as the wife is getting more than the man, the moment you know your position, that my position is the head of this family, and therefore this money cannot come and alter my position as the head. It's only a man who has insecure. A man who is insecure will be worried by the size of the wallet of the wife. And therefore marriage is not run by the wallet or the bank statement,
I love that.
but by the vision of the man in the family. Therefore, I don't think money should be an issue. Money is just a lubrication for the family. And then we should not be talking about my versus you. It should be we. As a family. So it's our money, not my money and your money.
Do you think watu wamedanganyana kidogo huku nje kwa social media all over the place that with that notion that a woman's money is her money and a man's money is the woman's money?
If marriage is all about oneness, then why should that be an issue? Because if two of us are one, then our money, what I have is hers, what she has is mine.
Oh, yes.
Unless we are in marriage, but we are not one. Therefore, I'll be saying, this is my money, this is my project, and this is your project, this is your money. That's why you'll find that you have your own bank account, with your own projects running, you have your own plot, me, I have mine running here. So that's a parallel government. It's not...
Parallel government.
Wow.
I love that.
Or it's government with opposition.
Yes.
Not moving the same direction. Yeah, because you see...
It's a broad-based.
It's a broad-based government.
I didn't say that. Sorry.
Because marriage is about, you said that we are yoked together.
Yes.
When we talk about being yoked, we are talking about two bulls. You see when you yoke two bulls together, and these bulls, as they yoke, they have an assignment behind them. Either they have a cart, or they have a plow behind them.
Yes.
So for them to move together, they have an assignment behind. So this assignment is being carried by the two of them. So these bulls should be working at the same pace, same direction, and same vision. So if one bull falls down, this other bull cannot do anything. Our mission will be accomplished. Therefore, if we put this money as ours, then it's easier to move the cart together than dividing it.
I have let me bring another school of thought here.
Yes.
The man is a provider. It is everywhere. I think even in the Bible, so maybe you can correct me. The man is a provider. Like he's the one who should make sure that the home is, secured.
Yes.
There is, the rent has been paid, the food has been bought, all those things, the fees has been paid and all those things.
Yes.
So at what point, if the man cannot, do these things, what is the balance like with that regard of the man being the provider of the family?
I think that was said because of the tradition. Remember,
is it in the Bible?
It is the Bible. It is the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, the man was the provider. Remember, the woman of the Bible, or the woman in those days, even our mothers, were actually housewives. And so a wife would take care of the husband, the children, and everything that the husband has gone to gather. So if the man goes to hunt, it is the work of the wife to gather. That was the role. Everyone had their role. Such that after the civilization came in, women began now going to work and all that. But I think it is a time that we need to accept that when a woman earns more money, it has nothing to do with the authority being changed. That the man, because he's now a provider, he ceases to be, let him provide at his level, but still make effort to see whether he can still get other incomes that can also complement. But that does not make you to leave the woman with the burden. At least make sure that there's something that you are doing. Because I keep saying, talking to the men, and I tell them, if your wife is well-to-do, let's say, for example, I'm earning more money than my husband, then we can use this money to make sure that his vision, because when he married me, he had a vision of what he would want concerning his finances. Then I can be able to fund him, his vision, but make sure somehow he returns the money if he finds I have still not matured to a level to know that this money belongs to us. And that's why I love the way Salano has said, every marriage where the word we is used is a marriage that will stand the test of time. Money is not an issue. But when one spouse becomes I, me, myself, that's where the problem now comes, because now selfishness has gotten in instead of having mutuality and understanding that this is our money and how can we deal with it. The man still remains to be the provider, but providing if he's not able, because there are men who are sacked from work, they are retrenched, they are no longer working, their business banned. Just think of what happened just recently. You get that. So will I stop paying the school fees because now my husband's business has come down? I'll come in and compliment and we work it out. We reduce some, if we were staying a house of 50,000, we can look for a house of 20K or even 15,000 because auja korogewa kwa shida. Hakuna mtu amekorogewa. I'm telling you. And finances, let me tell you, no matter how rich you are and no matter how wealthy you are, talk to the billionaires. They will tell you there was a time they went through lack. And that is the test of every marriage, that you will one day be tested with money. No matter how stable you have been, no matter how much money a time will come and the test of money will come in. And so when a family is very well grounded in proper communication, that you talk about your finances, your investment, everything about what you are doing is bare before the woman, then or bare before the man, then that family will thrive. The only thing I would advise is, if it's possible, let your two names be in every property, in everything that you are acquiring. Why? You know why? Why? Because we have acquired it together. You're getting that? I'm not talking of things that I found he had already, he had them, or with his brothers and sisters and from his father. But anything that we have acquired with Pastor Munene, it is important for them to bear our names or bear our children's name. You're getting that? That gives security to the man and also gives the security to the woman. You're getting that? But if you are amassing wealth and you are not involving your wife, you're not involving your husband, then something is not right. Because one of the things that happens at that particular time is that you are emotionally disconnected when it comes to finances. And money has emotions. Yeah, money has emotions.
Tell me.
I tell you. Yeah, it has the hurting emotions and it has the pleasurable emotions. And so, if your partner is feeling hurt by how you're spending the money, how you are doing things with your money, it is important and very paramount to listen to the complaints of that man and that woman, so that now you don't build emotions to a point where resentment, bitterness come and you separate because of issues about money. So that should be discussed. Money has two sides, the hurting side and the pleasurable side. You get that?
We like the pleasurable.
The pleasurable, and we just want the pleasurable side, but it also has the hurting side. So wisdom is so required. And that's why I keep on saying in this show, let us invest in seminars. Let us invest in knowledge. Let us, when we hear their conferences, let's go and sit down. Even if there's a principle that you do as a husband and a wife, it is enhanced in you, and you know that you are on track as a husband and a wife concerning finances. And so money must be handled with a lot of sobriety, and there is no emotions about it, because money answereth all things. That's what the Bible says. Money answereth all things.
It's in the Bible?
Yeah. Money answereth all things. And those who love money don't find money. So money, you should not love money beyond your partner. Don't love him. I can't love money beyond my children, my husband. That's an error. Because why has then God given me this money if it is not for my husband and for my children and for the well-being of the society? So that aspect is very important, and we need to remove money madness. That is what is killing marriages. That immediately you people become millionaires, you're now handling 500,000, you become money mad. Money now begins to control you. No, you should master money. Never allow money to master you in marriage and relationship.
Salano, umesikia hiyo?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that? And also just putting in the essence of providence. Is providence all about finances, or can providence also be something else in a marriage?
Yeah, the word father means source. And being the source of the family is not just about the source of money. You can also give direction. Okay? You can also give a vision for the family. This is where we are headed as the drive of the family. So as much as you may not have money, but your wife has it, but you are able to provide leadership, and also you are able to provide direction for your family, then the money issue will not be a very big problem. But now the issue comes in, whereby now we have a family whereby the man feels threatened by the woman's position when she has a lot of money. This is a man who is insecure or a narcissist. Because this is a man who feels that...
She always laughs when somebody is narcissist.
Yes. This is a man who feels threatened by the amount of money the wife makes.
Yes.
And then this is a man, in fact, when he feels that you've gotten a job, he'll be like, no, I don't think she'll take that job. I can just provide. Why are you straining yourself? But his aim is to intimidate you. And then maybe he shall ask you, like, how much are you, or you will come with the news home. Hey, you know what, I've got a promotion and my son has been, it's now 200K. 200K, yeah. And then he knows he's getting 100K. He'll be like, in fact, I heard that company is run by Illuminati, and even I'm told that your boss is, that thing, they're coming to arrest him in that company, so I think he'll just quit. He's just trying to find a way. Because he feels our family should not be about competition, but complementing each other.
Yeah.
So when you begin competing for resources in the family, then you are losing it. And by the way, women who have been empowered by their husbands, they are the strongest women.
Wow.
But you see those who are being, and by the way, let me give you an example of women like, let me talk about Joyce Meyer. Do you know her husband? We don't know her husband.
Actually, I don't know.
But she has a husband.
Yeah.
For her to be up there, it means she has a man who has confidence in her and is not threatened by the position that she's holding in the nation.
Wonderful.
So this woman has been pushed by this man. Look at Cindy Trim. Look at Akina Fanke. Then look at Pastor Sumunene. Yes. Do you know Pastor Sumunene's husband? Yes. He is there, but just chini ya maji. But go and sit with this man down and listen to him. A man who is contented.
Wow.
A man who is very mature, full of wisdom. He's not worried like, where's now Pastor Su? Now Pastor will be being brought home with bodyguards and big pajeros. Yes. Now where will I be? Yes. A man who knows his position, whether you're going to be brought home by pajeros and whatever, he's content that I know I am the head of this family.
Yes.
And then also, I think it was Beth Mugo, who was saying that despite me being an MP or a member of parliament, when I go home, I become a wife.
Yeah.
And a woman who has been empowered, when she comes home, she doesn't come with the titles or whatever. Yes. And then when women are empowered, as Mom said, that they use their money for the family, for the children, you'll never see a woman when she earns more, she adds another husband.
Wow.
But you'll see when a man earns more, you'll add another wife.
Wow,
so it's better we empower the wife than empowering this man.
Absolute amen to that.
Wow. I want to echo what my son has said, Salano. And you're such a wise man. I just love the way you articulate matters and your perspective about the woman. Because a woman, when she's empowered, when you read the book of Proverbs 31, talks about this woman who is such an entrepreneur, in a big way.
She considers
a land and buys it. The husband only stands at the gate and is praised. Because
that's in the Bible.
Hard working of the
teachers.
In fact, the proverb that one woman, the husband has only given her peace. And when a woman is given peace of mind and loved and cherished emotionally, and you know that you're loved genuinely by your husband from your heart, that woman can thrive financially, like a queen,
like you.
Like a queen. You see? Yes, because empowering a woman is empowering a nation.
Yes,
I tell you, because women, when they're empowered financially, they're even able to perceive places where they can invest their money.
Right.
And they are not very emotional because to them, everything is about my husband, my children, and the posterity of this family.
Yeah.
So women are more family-minded. And like what he has said, most of the men, when they get money madness and get money, they want to add wives, begin to misbehave, mistreat their wives. Others even stop them from working.
Yes.
Stop them from working. No, when your wife brings an extra coin, it is an advantage to this family.
Okay.
It brings more strength to this family.
Yes.
Because now, if your life was you are living at 100,000, you're gonna go at a 500 because the woman can afford that much.
Yes.
And so that mutual understanding from the man is very important. Number two, we need to understand that we are living in different times. Reality versus traditions.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Exactly.
Reality versus traditions. In the sense that it worked for our parents, but right now it can't work.
Yeah.
A woman cannot sit down at home right now. Ati ungoje mzee afanye hapana. Huyu mzee anastahili kuempower huyu mama. Hata afadhali amwanzishe kibanda ya kuuza githeri. At least 100 shillings, 50 shillings is coming. Because an idle mind is the workshop of the devil. The more this woman is online, on social media and talking and wasting time, she begins now to flirt, begins to have, watch funny things. But if she was busy, let me ask you, Best, do we have time for something? Really, no. We are too busy. We are too busy because your work demands you to be sober in everything. And so when you empower a woman, you have empowered yourself as a man.
I love that.
Oh, yes.
So let me ask you, to a woman who's watching and now your situation, the wife is earning 500,000, the husband maybe like 250. 100K versus 50K. 50K versus 25. How do you become humble? Like, uta approach that situation? Like, what are the things that women should do if they're in that situation to make their man comfortable? Because it also comes from them, right? How can I do it to make my man feel comfortable?
I think submission is powerful.
What is submission? Munatumia hiyo jina sana. Break it down.
Okay, I'll tell you what submission is not. Submission is not slavery. Submission is not about one being master rather than being slavery. In fact, before you go, they always say that it says about woman submit to the man. But before that, Ephesians 5:21 says that submit unto one another. First of all, so both of us submit to one another first. Before now, you come and submit to one another. Gotcha. So it's not about slave and master relationship. It's about you knowing your position as a woman, where you can operate, and your strength is seen despite you being under this man. So you as a woman, if you are earning more, don't let that money madness you was talking about get in your mind. Gotcha. Then you feel like now I'm the boss of the house. So don't let the man now make you think now I am now the head of this house. As much as you are earning more, respect this man. Tell him I can still cook for you. I can still, most women, what they do now, when they see that their salary is now more than their husbands, now they become like now the bosses. They're like, Baba Nani, how kuosha zile nguo niliacha pale? It's like you have not picked it from school. So the man begins feeling like he's no longer the head.
He's the house help.
Yeah. So I'll tell this woman, she should not try to begin now belittling her husband or trying to show the husband that now you see I'm the boss here. Let her position.
overboard.
So the man feels out of place. He doesn't feel like the husband anymore. But let the man remain the head. As much as you've come home and he was maybe in the house, it's just a season.
Yes.
But also we are not encouraging laziness.
Wow.
There you go.
Because there are some men, the moment they see the wife is now providing, they say, oh, nice. Mama nani, unazapata kama 50K hapo, sawa. And then, so you see, you find men become lazy, and then when it comes to money, you see, for example, if I'm the husband, I'm earning a lot of money, and then my wife is jobless. Then my wife tells me, give me 20K, I go and begin a business. Give this woman 2 years. If she began with the nyanya and kitungua and sukuma, you'll see now the business is growing.
Yeah.
But now a man, when it's now in the house, akwambia tell on your 350K nianza ka business, 50K ni ya kwenda kula na mabeshe kwanza. He's going to spoil himself with the 50K first.
Local.
Yeah, and then now to plan with the remaining 300, itaanguka tu hapa na pale mwambie ilianguka. So you find that it's very hard to help these men who are lazy and they wish to be helped by their wives. So that's why even you find it's very hard for this woman now to live with this man, because he's not showing any sign of a head. Because as much as you don't have, show your position, let your position remain as the head. Give directions, show the vision, tell them, Mama Nani, as much as bado na earn, my vision is this for this family. Aone, si ati tangu wewe upate kazi, you handed over the mantle to him. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Wow, I love that.
Amazing. Like in but then that is a very valid point. Like if I may inject hapo hizo vyombo ziko kwa sink.
That is wrong.
So you know what, guys, we are continuing with the conversation. Remember, you can also call in, and I know we have so many text messages. I'm going to be reading them after the break. So let's take a short commercial break. Don't go away. We're coming back.
This is Kenya's #1 talk show, Dr. Frederick tonight. My name is the Eagle himself. Dr. Frederick is my name.
We are flipping the script, but guess what? Or should I say, guess who is taking over tonight's show?
Ani wewe furahia umekaa na kasipuni. CP unit ni Punet.
Ni Punet.
Punet.
So you guys knew about...
Piga.
Sawa basi. Nasema, that I'm giving the whole time.
I don't want to go back to brokenness.
Never.
I just love the high life. Siwezi taka kuimagine ati nimesota.
You have to watch to find out. Tune in every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m.
All right. Welcome back. Naona messages nakuja. So, hey, ni mingi, yeah? Let me just sample a few before we get back to our discussion tonight. Okay, wanasema ni Bareta kutoka Bangu. Hiyo ni kweli. Na show iko lit kabisa. Thank you. Oh, hello Pastor Sue, mini David Wekesa kutoka Carnival. Aki Susan, unakaa poa. Hey, guys, let's stick to the ati ni kama
topic. Ni kama?
Aida kuonyesha bada. Amesema wewe stick to the point. Or hey, that is wrong.
Mimi ni msichana wa mtu.
Amesema Pastor Munene wewe nakuonyesha baadaye. All right. Women who earn more than their husbands should be humble for unity in the family. Most of these women don't make good wives. Is that true?
No.
Mm-hmm. Because I maybe I make more, that does not make me a good wife. That is a sentiment from one of the viewers. Maybe before even you react to that, let me just also read a couple of more. I mean, Uthiru, I do appreciate this show so much because I do learn more about life. Thank you so much. I'm Paul from Makueni. Where in the Bible is a man a provider? Proverbs 31:10-31, a wife of noble character, a woman is a worker and provider. Umetupatia sasa shida zote sasa.
Yes.
Ametupatia sasa shida. Pastor Sue, you're 1 in a million.
Wow, thank you.
Somebody saying also, Gishamba, you're saying I'm really touched. Okay, well, I'll continue reading the messages. Keep them coming. But is it true, like, because I make more doesn't make me a good wife? Do you have examples of women who actually earn more and they're really, like, really good wives?
Yeah.
Starting by yourself,
Starting with myself.
Tell us.
Tell us. It's all about your belief system. Because the position of a husband, as I've said, is the leadership position. And a woman can also lead. You are called leaders in a family. And so you know what works best for every family. Okay. Like for me, I'm not very good in paying bills. Me, I'm good in making money. Then after that,
and you're good in spending.
Pastor Munene is very good in managing family money.
But you're also good at spending.
Yeah, but I'm very good in spending. Very good in spending. Me, I'm a spender. Pastor Munene is a man who loves, you know, things done in the right way.
Right.
No bill, no debt, nothing. The school fees is paid on time. He makes sure food is available. So he manages the money so well.
Yeah.
You're getting that, because he also earns. But one of the things that I would want to talk to the young people, because those are the only people we can help.
That's true.
Those who are older than us, they have already meisha. I would want to tell them that
let's not give up on them.
Yeah, but let's not give up on them. When a woman earns more than a man, it is not a sign of rebellion. It is the reality about our times.
Okay.
That's deep.
That's
so
really deep.
Earning more money is not a rebellion.
Yes,
I'm not rebelling. I'm not going to become stubborn and not submit because I'm earning money. Remember, money, as Salano said, is a fuel to make this family work better.
Yeah.
That we have a car, we have a house, school fees is paid on time. If we are called to help, we can. You know, it makes life smooth as you continue on with your day-to-day life.
Right.
But let us not worship money and put money that if you're earning little, then you are no longer the husband. We can't exchange roles just because I become the head of the family just because I'm earning money. Remember, the order of God is the man is the head. And if he's able to provide, all the time is the head. And being the head, as Salano has said, does not mean that he intimidates me. He sees me as a lesser being. No, he's just the head for the sake of order. Just like in an organization, we have the CEO, the managers, the head of department, all these are the supervisors. Why? So that there is order in that, in that company. And so is it even in the family. The husband must be the head. And the wife you know your weakness, the weakness of your husband. You know the weakness of your wife. And can I say this? If you can't handle the weakness, financial weakness of your spouse, you can never handle their strength financially.
Hey, repeat.
That's deep.
Repeat.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
Say it again.
Any spouse, any husband, any wife that cannot handle the weakness of the husband financially can never handle
the
strength of the husband and the wife financially. That means this family will actually come down. And that's why you find we have former rich men and former rich women.
Oh, former. They used to.
Yeah, they used to.
Yeah, they used to live here.
Yeah, because when the other partner went down, the other one didn't know how to compliment. Because there are things I should stop wishing now. I'm now getting married. We are now getting married with Pastor Munene almost now 25 years. I can't now wish. I wish he can change to manage finances better. Susan, are you dreaming? You know what is the strength of Pastor Munene. You know what is weakness.
Susan.
What is weak in? Come in strongly. And that's why you are able to see it. You're getting that. And where he's strong, I just, uphold him. So if I can't handle his strength, I will also not handle his weaknesses. Because there is no woman, there is no man without financial weaknesses.
Okay.
But we need that complementation to come in so that the family does not come down financially. And so that understanding is very important. And making sure that money does not take away your emotional connection. Because most of the times you find people who have a lot of money, people who have great businesses, people who are doing great works. You get they move on, then you find they have divorced and separated.
Yes, a lot of
them. You know why? Because the money, we said money has emotions.
Yes, sir.
You also
money
need,
madness.
Thank you. You also need to create emotions, the two of you, that nothing should bring asunder the two of you, and especially money. No matter how much businesses we have, no matter how much money comes into the family of Pastor Munene, we should always ensure that our emotional connection is intact before money comes in, comes with its emotions. And so that's something, a very thin line that every couple must endeavor to make sure that you don't become careless and find yourself now, disconnecting, and now you are in business, you are now concentrating with how money gonna come, and you forget about connecting with each other emotionally. And so those are the things that I have seen with people who are very successful. How can you be successful in your business and you're not successful in marriage?
Home.
And the same principles you are using at the place of work are the same principles you're supposed to use in marriage.
Communication, feedback.
You getting that?
Training,
target. Yes, you get the point. It's the same thing
at home.
So if you're successful in business, you're successful in your career, the same principles you use, if you can bring them in the relationship of marriage and finances, you will surely thrive. You will surely thrive. You're getting that.
That's serious.
Yes,
that's serious point.
And so that transparency is very important. That transparency is very important. It's unfortunate that there are couples who don't know what their husbands earn and what their wives earn. That means they have never connected emotionally, financially, and even Tuatua, he's just casual. He's just casual.
Let me ask you something as you respond to that, right?
Yes.
Kuna hii kitu ati mama msichana lazima kuwe na account yake kando, secret account, ile bwana hajui, ati because of a rainy day. What do you, Beryl akona secret account? Do you know Beryl actually Mrs. Salano is in the building. Akona account.
Okay.
How is that for the openness that she's talking about?
Let me say an example for us. For us, we have one pin that cuts all our accounts. Her ATM pins and my ATM pins bear the same password.
Hivyo, kuna wasa nasikiza.
Sinafaa wasikie, kwani ni siri?
No, like unajua kuna wala wagondi, unajua.
When it comes to our M-Pesa pins are the same. She can access my M-Pesa when I faint and I need help. She should be
God
there
forbid.
to help. Yeah. That's how open we are. And I think this issue of saying that I should have something to hide, that's already financial infidelity.
Wow.
So,
hey, that's a new one.
That is cheating.
That's cheating.
Come on.
Because infidelity is not just about going to sleep with someone outside there.
Yes.
That's financial infidelity.
Infidelity.
Yeah. If I'm earning 100K and I tell you I'm earning 80K, or even I tell you I'm earning 95K, that's financial infidelity.
Wow.
Because I don't want you to know what I'm earning. For what? I want to keep something somewhere. Why can't I just tell you I think we need a savings account so that out of this 100K, can we spare this amount for our savings as a family? Not now I'm saying hii yangu ni kidogo. For what? For what are you hiding that I should not know about?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then to respond to that guy who said something about that women who earn more money are bad women.
Yeah.
I think some women will only be bad when they earn more money because maybe you took them through some character development when you had the money.
Character development.
Yeah.
See, they don't
that
see
is how you are behaving when she was broke and when you had money.
Wow.
So now
Tell us,
the tables
the
have turned upside down. Now she's now in power. Now she wants to, and women can take you through fire. She'll teach you Pepe.
What do we go through?
She'll do it.
What if Beryl amekufanya go through?
We have been doing counseling for couples, and we have seen this.
Stories.
Yeah, stories come there. It's now like, why is he nowadays? He has neglected me. He doesn't even take care of me. And the wife is like, no, let me tell you. Then she comes with the data. Do you remember in 2019 when this thing happened? What it took me through? I was having a baby. You are flossing with the women outside there in clubs. And you remember 2024? She has all data. So a woman cannot change and become. Yeah, she cannot become a bad woman. Yet you are so good when you had money.
That's
so it's always just a revenge.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's true.
I love that. I love that.
Wow.
Okay. Let's just also take. Hey, my message ni mingi. Let me just try to just a few before we were starting to wind up,
Yes.
right? All right. So. Hello, me ni David. Pastor Sue and Betty nakwambia mwanamke aki earn more money than husband or husband is jobless. Hapa ndio utajua majina yote nne ya bibi yako.
Oh my goodness.
I'm King Edmaster. My comment is that when women earn more money than men, they start feeling like they are the head of the family. Mabishano yanakuwa juu. We ogopa hii gender.
Oh my
Surely.
That's a man.
Psychologist Kennedy Musao from Limuru, thank you. Awesome topic is the reality. Most women nowadays are earning more than men, and it's a blessing to care for the man, submit, have healthy communication. The belief system matters. And as a man, let the positivity and the strength show up. Don't feel embarrassed at such situations. Thank you, great team. Thank you so much for your comment.
Wow.
All right, hello team, say what? Thank you. Pastor Sue, please address women whose ego grow when they note their salo is higher than the husband. Some feel like they become Miss Independent, quote unquote, and don't need their husbands anymore.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
can start from
important.
that one.
Let me begin from there. The Adamic nature. When I talk about the Adamic nature, I'm talking about the woman, the natural woman. The natural woman was created with a spirit called independency. And this spirit of independence is something that a woman has to work out by the word of God. The word of God. And that's why the word of God talks about the wife submitting. This woman is so powerful. A woman has such influence that you can build your family and you can destroy your family with the same strength. And that's why when God saw the strength that he has put in a woman, remember, a woman was created and a man never saw what went on. So there are many things that
What do
God...
you mean?
The man was asleep.
Oh, he was asleep.
Yeah, he was
don't know what-
asleep. So
Yeah.
when he woke up, he said, this is the
woman.
bone to my bone and the flesh to my flesh.
Yeah.
And I think that issue of being created, not created at the same time, not created, knowing what happened,
Right.
is the cause of our conflict. Because a woman, and that's why the Bible is very clear, that when a woman is loved, genuinely by the husband, it doesn't matter how much money, how much property that woman has, she will still submit to that man. And women know a man who loves them genuinely. There is no woman who is not going to submit unless uko na mapepo. Na sijui imetoka wapi na ni yako ya pesa. Because mapepo inakujaga na pesa. And Jesus said about that you cannot serve God and serve mammons because money is a competitor of your heart and mind. And so you have to allow, as that speaker has said, the belief system to lead you. And so the dependency spirit is what causes all this conflict. And every woman has to be aware about that. It's a weakness. It's the Adamic nature in us. Loves control, loves to domineer, loves to, you know, it is easier for a woman to love than to submit. And that's why God told a woman to submit so that he can depend on God. And a man is told to love a woman, and you know how love is difficult. This is a woman who hurts you most. This is a woman who is difficult, but the Bible tells you to love her so that you can depend on God to love your wife genuinely. And that's why when a man is not well plugged to God, then he will have a challenge loving the wife genuinely, and vice versa. So issues of submission is not an issue of your head. It's not head knowledge. It is the state of your heart. You must cultivate that submission because you are not told to submit to every man. There's only one man in this world. Not all your husband.
Not all men.
Your husband. And so it is important for a woman to cultivate that submission. From the word of God, so that you can even submit your finances to him. And when we talk about that, there are men who are careless, as he has said. Men, when they are given money, they misuse the money. If you know that is the character of your husband, then it is important for you to see what is happening about finances. Kama unampatia pesa naenda kukula na concubines na ako sijui wapi, ameenda wapi, basi huyo ni mtu ambaye unastahili kuangalia, because we are not all married to saved men like Pastor Munene. There are men who are also wayward. You get the point, and we need to be aware about that. So many children were not educated because of the character of their fathers, and we know that. But the people that stood and made their children get educated, go to the highest level of life, is the mother. The mother is able to pay the price for the children, but most of the men leave the women with their children, you know, financially. And so this woman who has money must have a very deep, intimate relationship with God. And God will guide you in the place that you are supposed to be, your space as a wife, without intimidating the man because you have money. After all, sasa pesa ni nini without toa? Pesa ni nini without peace of mind? Toa ni nini?
But pesa si ulila kwa pesa wewe.
Mimi napenda pesa. Mimi napenda pesa.
Unapenda pesa?
Na niko nazo. Lakini wacha nikwambie.
Ona pesa vile. Unakaa pesa.
Surely, why have all this money? And there is not what between me and my husband. There is no emotional connection. We don't talk.
You know your son is
everybody sleeps in their own bedroom.
You know Wisdom is in the studio.
No problem. He knows he's a product of Twatwa.
Wisdom is actually Pastor Sue's son, who's in the studio tonight. Together, of course, with Pastor
we need to have that balance. Let us not worship money. Let's not worship money. Let's just use money as a medium of exchange. Meet the family needs. Invest. Remember, if the man invests, has a secret account. These are the things that we are being told by the government. There's a lot of money with Safaricom. There's a lot of money in banks that have no claim.
Unclaimed assets.
Unclaimed assets. Whereas your family is suffering. So it is important to be open when it comes to finances. But more importantly, both of you must be involved. Grow together in finances. Grow together in finances.
Preach! Preach! Yes. We're about to wind up. Salon, let me just hear your reaction to that as we start to finish the show tonight.
I think money is, as we said, is a lubricant just to make marriage move smoothly. And it should not be used to control people. And I've always heard people saying that since money came, he changed. This man never changed, because money can never make you change. Money can never make anyone change. This man was a very good man, but when money came, he became a bad man. You've been a bad man all along.
Oh, you've been a bad guy.
Yeah. You are just waiting so money just gave you the opportunity to show your badness. That since this man got money, he began cheating. No, he has been a cheater, but just didn't have the opportunity to begin cheating. So nothing can make you do something.
Right.
It has been there, just looking for an opportunity. So I think also when we are talking about money in marriage, it should be a shared goal, a shared conversation, a shared discussion. We should, because a leader is someone who embraces dialogue, he embraces feedback, and also embraces listening, and also seeking advice. So you cannot come up as a man or ahead of the family. You want to plan on your own, execute plans without involving your partner. And I've seen some women showing some photos that my life before marriage, or not in marriage and after divorce. That when in marriage it was a very bad life, but after divorce, I'm now glowing. This is because they got married to a low-value man, or a man who do not know their position. Because marriage should make you better. If you are glowing less, you now glow more. Because you found someone who is now pumping energy in you, he's giving you peace of mind. So when more money comes, it should now reveal the better part of you. You should become a better person. When I got you when you had just done Form 4 with the certificate, I should now make you advance. Get like another paper again. So that this money is now helping us and not just making you live where you are. Also, you find that if a woman has gotten a position high in government and I'm the husband, that should call for a celebration for me as a man. Because number one, I either help this woman reach there, maybe by either helping her draft a CV, or helping her with the assignment, or paying for her school fees, or when she was studying, taking the kids to bed to give her a good environment for her to study. So whenever she gets that position, I should celebrate her. Not say now that umepata pesa mingi, imi naenda wapi sasa kwa hii nyumba. No, you remain the head of the house whether you're earning more or earning less.
Love it.
Wow.
All right, Pastor Su.
Wow.
Salano, hey, let me inject.
Wow, that's amazing.
We inject.
Wow, that was powerful.
Lakini nikuulize, Salano, gava. Ukisikia beri lapata job gava, hii gava.
Anaweza furahia.
Walai.
When this girl has just some little money, life yangu huwa inacheza. Akienda kwa gava, amdonanga tu kwa chopa nikipita kwa.
But then you know the first time I saw him, hii tumbo akwa naye. Lakini sasa inaona
so you can imagine sasa akienda kwa gava itakuwaje.
Sasa gava kipata sasa.
Wow.
Take it over for us.
I want to say something very important that the Bible says that two are better than one. And so when the two of you are earning more money, and especially the woman earning more money, the better your life becomes of marriage. And so money is a good thing, but it needs to be in good hands. People who are sober in their mind, to make sure that you use that money for the edification of your family. Your legacy is not how much money you earned, but how much money came in your hands as a husband and a wife, and you used it for the gain of yourself, both of you, and also the children and the society. And when you do that, you're gonna be the next billionaire, because your motive matters a lot in this journey. Oh yes.
Na number, na shida gani unaweza tatu.
Thank you. It is important for people to know.
Lakini wisdom.
No, don't worry. He knows what I do. It is important for people to know that before I became a pastor, I was actually in the medical field. I've been there for almost over 30 years. And so we have a hospital in Kasarani.
You look this nice.
Yes. Yeah, we have a hospital in Kasarani at Seasons Stage, and that's where we take care of the men. If you're there and you're a man, and maybe finances umekupeleka chini, umekuta uko na erectile dysfunction, umenyonga manki, uko na side effects, anything involving your sexuality, we are here to help you, to fix you up so that you can rise again in your twatwa. When a man is not able to perform twatwa, then his confidence goes down. And that's why Pastor Sue is here, to make sure that you rise up again.
Dr.
And and make sure that you are able to manifest your twatwa in the right way. If you're there and you have any problem involving your sexuality, please call this number, 0712 265 746. 0712 265 746. And your books?
Oh, yes. Money should bond you, not drift you apart.
Yes.
Yeah, so my wife and I offer counseling to couples both virtually and physically. And we also have books. We have many books: Sacred Intimacy, Healing After Infidelity, Bridging the Distance.
Unazisema haraka, sema tu pole pole.
Moja. So we have Sacred Intimacy. This book, I wish I would have carried copies.
Hata hujatuletea mimi.
So Sacred Intimacy is a book that will help you bond as a couple. If your marriage is losing flavor, mmeanza kaa kuboekana kwa nyumba ni sasa that one. We want to bring back the flame. This book shall bring fire in your marriage. Then we have Healing After Infidelity. If you are heartbroken, someone broke your heart, or you you are in a marriage then ikaisha, you need to heal before you go to another marriage. This book shall help you to heal. Then if you are in a long distance marriage, you have a book called Bridging the Distance.
Wow.
Hata kama mko mbali, you will feel so close yet so far. Then we have
long distance.
Yes, it works.
What about cuddles?
Candles, kissing.
Sasa ukitaka kujua mengi nunua kitabu. And then you have a book called Conflict Management in Marriages.
Yes.
It will help you to solve the issues that you see kila siku zinawasumbua.
Wow.
All these books are available both in soft copy or in hard copy. If you need both counseling or in these books, just WhatsApp this number 0728 794 307 0728 794 307 or 0716 87 61 69 0716 87 61 69. Hiyo pia ndio namba ya tithe na sadaka.
Umepatana namba ya wife manze. Huko wasa kuna njaa. Pastor Sue, your number again. My director is telling me there's so many people asking for it.
Please, anything involving sexuality, involving, you are there, you have diabetes, you have hypertension, you have cancer, any lifestyle diseases or any disease that you have been living with, we are able to reverse that. 0712 265 746. When you call that number, we're gonna help you and you're gonna get back your head and your twatwa energy in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yes, let's keep twatwaring to remain young and promising.
Message anasema ati si monkey ni baboon.